Okay, we are back again from our break. Typically, when we have these breaks on our end, you'll see me just taking a moment and dancing, and then my interviewees are just looking at me like, well, no, all jokes aside, we just had a blast interviewing Raquel Tamez, who's the CEO of SHPE, which is a Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. And this is the moment for us to really reiterate, really give all of our efforts in pushing the energy and information towards where are these resources, right? For all audiences listening into this interview. So let's discuss some ways an individual can get involved and support SHPE's mission. What are some ways that someone can just get involved overall with SHPE?
Well, thanks for that exciting question because there are so many ways for individuals to get involved with SHPE. You know, certainly you can become a member as a student, whether you're in high school or at university, at a college. You can become a member as a professional. We have chapters in most metropolitan areas across the US, and we even have SHPE chapters at certain companies and even at certain government agencies. We have associate memberships. So even if you're not a student or a professional in STEM, if you're interested in leadership, we build leaders at SHPE, and you are welcome to join our familia. We welcome everyone, and you need not be Hispanic because we actually walk the talk at SHPE, and we are working towards diversifying diversity and making diversity more inclusive. But there are opportunities for individuals to get involved. So if you are a member at your company's ERG, for example, Employee Resource Group, or BRG, Business Resource Group, you can get involved. We need volunteers as speakers, as mentors, as role models. We have monthly webinars. We need subject matter experts. There's a variety of ways that you can get involved and participate and engage. And you can find this information on our website, ship.org, or feel free to email me or contact me. I'm on LinkedIn, and I also share a lot of information on my LinkedIn and my Facebook and my Instagram and my Twitter handles, because I think it's important for Hispanics and people of color to know the facts about how Hispanics and people of color are actually contributing to our economy and to our society. If you know the facts, you can rebut bad information. And I think it's important as Hispanics and people of color for us to take back our narrative and own our narrative and tell our own story in an accurate and complete way. So please don't hesitate to follow me on social media because I put a lot of information out there. Every month I do a CEO Corner, and the CEO Corner for September actually makes reference to the Game of Thrones. So it's a lot of fun, but hopefully it's also a powerful message.
I'm sure it will be. And can you give us your personal tags, social media tags?
Oh gosh, if you look up Raquel Tamez, CEO SHPE, you'll find me. It's like, what are my personal handles?
You know, sometimes they can all be various handles, but for sure, just all you have to do is Google Raquel Tamez and everything will pop up. Definitely follow that Instagram account and LinkedIn account. I've been following, and it's some very useful, wonderful information. And the last question I want to ask you is, in addition to the information that you've already provided, in general, what are some resources and where can students receive information about a career in STEM if it's just a student that says, hey, I just want to go on Google and research a little bit more in XYZ of STEM, where would you suggest that these students go?
Certainly, ship.org, our website. And there's also the SHIP National Convention that's coming up at the end of October. We kick it off October 28th, but prior to the week prior to October 28th, we're going to have all sorts of competitions, design challenges, extreme engineering, hackathons. That's a way to get your hands-on experience with different types of STEM case studies and projects and competitions. Our convention is actually 5 conferences in one, and we have something for everyone. Pre-college, so those are for middle school and high school. We have our academic conference, which is for our university students, our community college and college students, for professors and deans of engineering, for our advisors. These are advisors for our chapters. And then we have professionals in STEM. So if you're already a STEM professional or you're a professional that works at a company, and the way I see it, every company is a STEM company now. We all need to be well-versed in STEM. We all need to be digital transformation leaders. So in addition to our professionals in STEM, we also have tech and innovation. So anything related to tech and innovation, our competitions, happens in our tech and innovation. So check it out, our National Convention 2020 microsite, all kinds of information about who is going to be participating. Hundreds and hundreds of companies will support SHIP and will be participating at our convention. And they will all have sessions to talk about what is happening at their respective companies, what the opportunities are, what the amazing possibilities in STEM are. It's super exciting. And we'll even have many universities represented, because there are actual graduate programs in STEM that, if you're interested in STEM, and let's say you want to be a professor or you want to be a STEM professional in research and development at a company, you can learn about those opportunities at the SHIP convention.
Wow, that sounds like it's going to be really exciting. And I'm just curious, is this convention going to be virtual due to the pandemic?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
And
and
can we, I guess when you sign up, all the information will be there, but I'm thinking that this will be sort of like live on Facebook, sort of that sort of event.
well, it's an actual virtual conference platform.
Oh,
And there
wow.
are companies out there that do this, because we were expecting 10,000 people at our in-person on-site convention in Denver. We are still expecting that many participants, but virtually. So this isn't a bunch of Zoom accounts lobbed together. It is an actual technology platform that then has production around it, right? There's a lot of fast moving parts that have to all come together contemporaneously, and they all need to align in order to bring an amazing virtual experience. And my team is working 24/7 to ensure that that happens October 28th.
That is something I'll definitely be tuning into. And I know it's going to be well beyond 10,000 people, because I mean, the opportunities now are limitless, right? Now that we have this virtual capability. Good luck with that event.
You don't want to miss it.
No, I do not. And students listening and professionals, all of our audience, our viewers, our listeners, you all, please go sign up for this event. I think that this is going to be something that will be very useful for everyone listening.
And
Raquel,
there is a registration fee associated with it. And if for some reason, that seems like you can't manage that registration fee, apply to our all-in relief fund. We are providing stipends for registration, and we have always done that. We've done that when we had our in-person on-site conventions, and we're going to do that even with our virtual. I think sometimes people think that if it's virtual, it should be free, but unfortunately it is not, because it's not, like I said, a bunch of free Zoom accounts that we're putting together. It is an actual platform, technology platform that we have to essentially purchase. And then all the production around that to make the hospitality suites and the resume review rooms and the interview rooms and the sessions and the fireside chats and the panels and everything, and the competitions, all the networking that happens in between and before and after. But the amazing thing with the virtual experience is that all of our sessions will be recorded. And for those who signed up for our convention, will have access to those recorded sessions for the rest of the year, for 365 days. So if you can't make one session or another, it'll be available to you for the rest of the year.
Now that's what I'm talking about, because when you go to these conventions in person, you know, sometimes the scheduling overlaps, but to have access to all of the sessions, that is exciting. And I appreciate you for going into more detail about this, because, you know, we want our listeners to understand that this is all about tech. I mean, this is a customized virtual experience of this event, and you don't want to miss it, you guys. Like we said, go sign up, and there's also relief there for those of you who want to apply for that. There's that opportunity as well.
And just one more thing, a big component of our convention is our career fair, where we have hundreds of companies recruiting and interviewing. And just to give you an idea of the magnitude of what happens at a SHPE career fair, you have world-class companies like Boeing and American Express and Intel and Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin. You name them, they're there. Last year, Boeing made 180 job offers.
That's a lot.
During the convention.
During the convention.
Just during the convention.
You can't make that up.
No, you can't. So multiply that, you amplify that type of recruiting and requisitions and job offers across 300 companies and organizations. It's a game changer. And we have SHPE members walking away from convention with multiple offers. SHPE members walking away with internships, multiple internships. So we do, in fact, change lives, and we've been doing it since 1974. So our convention and our career fair is not to be missed. If you need a job, if you need an internship, I highly encourage you to participate.
Especially during this time, because I think all of us need jobs, and all of us need to consider, you know, there's so many of us that just need to consider the opportunities that are out there, you know, with the pandemic and all of the job opportunities.
They're out there.
Yeah, there's so many out there. That this is great. I need our listeners to hear the depth of this convention. It's not just what, you know, your typical convention is. There are results with this convention, and there are outcomes, and that is key. Wow, Raquel, I'm just so filled with this interview, because one, we had just a wonderful time, and then you've just provided such an insight to this golden nugget. I mean, SHPE is just, it's wonderful. And we just discussed, you know, how do people get involved? Anyone and everyone is welcome to be a part of SHPE and support your all's mission. You know, we discussed the volunteers, if you would like to be a speaker. I mean, the list goes on. And then we discussed, of course, visiting shpe.org, so ship.org, for signing up for this national convention that's going to be held on October 28th. And the last thing I thought that was so interesting was the competitions that you guys are going to have leading up to this convention. Wow. I mean, again, what we talked about in the beginning about the CEO being busy. Yes, I see that now. I understand it in a whole new level. Raquel, it has been such a pleasure. We look forward to bringing you back and seeing what you've been up to at a later time. Thank you so much. Do you have any last words for our listeners before we end this episode?
I just think that each of you is so unique, and tap into your potential and tap into that grit and that resilience. And I know that you can be resourceful and creative and innovative, and that the world really is at your fingertips. And it's just a matter of going out, and to the extent that you might be anxious or fearful, to really conjure up that bravery and that courage, because there you can be and do anything.
That's so wonderful. Raquel Tamez, the CEO of SHPE, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. Thank you again, and we will talk with you soon.
Thank you.